Mount Desert Vista Thunder. Number 0, Yanira Atra. Number 5, Rabbit Delgado. Number 6, Heather Sosi. Number 7, Canyon Ozatsi. Number 11, Jackie Jimenez. Number 12, Kyra Becker. Number 13, Isa Allison. Number 14, Tess Cortezi. Number 15, Olivia Opart. Number 16, Joanne Nguyen. Number 17, Maya Stubbs. Number 18, Ashlyn Levine. Number 19, Fran Cortezi. Number 21, Kaya Matthews. Number 23, Elise Matthews. Number 33, Caitlin Cook. Number 34, Alyssa Roach. Back on the field, number 77, Anna Brandenburg. In the cage tonight for the Thunder, number 1, Alyssa Rodriguez. Our Desert Vista coaches are head coach Tori Graves, coach Allie Sirocco, and our goalie coach, Coach Aaron Bills. Don't forget, tonight is being live streamed by our friends at South Mountain over here. Chris Ross is going to have a little commentary and help me with the numbers to figure out the score, right? But yeah, so YouTube channel, South Mountain Lacrosse. Text all your grandparents and uncles and aunts that are around, okay? Let's have a great game. Let's go Thunder.
But then I have to turn my phone light on because the nap's off. I can't. That's up to you, man. I can work either way.
Yeah. And here we go. Welcome, lacrosse fans, to another presentation of Arizona Girls Lacrosse, brought to you here by South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross on the call, and we're here in Ahwatukee, South Phoenix, Arizona. Where the Thunder are hosting the Cactus Shadows Falcons. We just brought you another game with the Falcons at Chaparral just a couple nights ago. This time a little further south, as Desert Vista comes in 4-1, currently sitting in the top 3 for the league. You got Chaparral at 5-0 and Chandler at 4-0. DV Thunder here looking to go to 5-1 tonight, but this early ball picked up by Cactus Shadows. Here's Olivia Lewis in the cage, clears this one up, but Jackie Jimenez comes in, gets a nice knockdown, feeds it inside, looking for the shot. There's Kaya Matthews, number 21, but this ball's down inside the goal circle and picked up by Lewis, and she clears it out quickly up to midfield. But on the battle for the ground ball, this one picked up by 13. Issa Allison. And a shot early by Tess Cortez, high to low, saved by Lewis. She's been having a great season for Cactus Shadows. Had, I believe, 16 saves in a game the other day against Pinnacle, if I'm not mistaken. And this time, Lewis slows it down on the clear. Everybody marked up by the Thunder, nobody open. No time limit here. Lewis can hold on to this. Oftentimes you see a team come up and pressure the goalie, but this time she thought she had an opening, picked up by the Thunder. Ariana Delgado making the pick there, but steps out of bounds. And here's Ava Fagard coming back in and passing it up. Almost had a nice high grab, but this one picked up by Heather Sochi for the Thunder. Tip pass. Kaya Matthews, the freshman, feeds into the middle, has a great look, and Lewis with a nice save. One-on-one shot right there on the front door. Now Reese Spencer, star for the Falcons team, pressured on the near sideline. Falcons early in this one doing a good job regaining possession. Yet to get over to their attacking third, but 3 successful defensive stances so far for the Falcons early in this one with 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And again, we see the redefend here by Desert Vista, marking up well, not leaving any Falcons player open. Lewis looking for an outlet, but doesn't have anyone to pass to. And you see Jackie decides to come in and pressure, leaves the player open, and that gives Lewis the window she needs as they feed up. And switching to the left hand is Reese Spencer, goes back right on the roll, dodge the twister. That, I believe that first one was a goal, but that second one was as well. Let's take another look. I think that first one bounced right out of the net. We'll watch here in just a second and see. But great moves by Spencer here. Takes that twister, low to high. No, that was off the post. I'm mistaken. But on the rebound, she gets it. Gets the second shot. Great play by Reese Spencer.
Cactus Shadow goal, number 53, Reese Spencer.
Spencer. Mentioned it before, definitely the star player here for the Falcons. Was able to get an early lead on Chaparral the other night as well off of a pair of goals from Spencer. Ultimately, Chaparral was able to come back and get the W, but Falcons fighting hard to the end, and on this draw, picked up by Jimenez off the circle. And some nice ball moving from DV, has Heather Sochi working low. DV brings it to the top of the fan again. Here's Tess Cortez. Comes in, has the double team with the roll dodge, does the spin and shot, and this one saved by Lewis. And Olivia Lewis so far perfect tonight. So there's Annika for guard. Passes up. And Falcons able to successfully clear over, and they're going to settle things down. As Kenzie Coleman brings it back. You know, mentioned it on the call with Chaparral, but Coach Neff has to be happy with the progress he's seeing in this Cactus Shadows team. They come in 2-3 on the season here. As Reese works inside traffic, takes the shot. This one saved by Rodriguez, and the rebound picked up by DV. And Tess Cortez has a good feed inside, and there's a shot and a goal for DV by Elise Pottinger.
Under goal, number 7, and assisted by number 14, Tess Cortez.
Sorry, looking at the wrong roster there. That shot was off 7, Canon Otsuji. So apologies for the correction there. That'll be her 3rd goal on the season. Coming in on the fast break is Tess Cortez. She gets another one on the board for DV, and now they take a 2-1 lead.
Under goal, number 14, Tess Cortez.
Cortez, 2nd highest goal scorer for DV this season. That'll be her 10th goal on the season. Also leading the team in draw wins. This one picked up by Jimenez on the circle. Jimenez herself came into this game with 48 draw controls, meaning she gets the ball. So just to clarify there, draw win is if your team gets it, then you take the draw. And draw control is the player who actually touches the ball, gets the ball in their stick and gets control. And Jimenez, leading for DV on draw controls, comes in with a nice 2-man game with Cortez, gets the assist.
Under goal, number 14, Tess Cortez.
And certainly this pair, 11 Jackie Jimenez and 14 Tess Cortez, have stepped up this season. Having to fill in a big gap is 15. Olivia Opart has been out on injury. Looking for her to come back here hopefully pretty soon. As the draw continues to work well for the Thunder, they seem to be drawing right where they want, where Jimenez is lining up on the circle, and now Elise Matthews has it, feeds it back up to Cortez. Little give and go, but checked out by Spencer. The ground ball here in front of the cage. That one won by Elise Roach and keeps possession for DV. You see Michaela O'Leary, 16, pressuring out at the top of the fan. And ultimately, Cactus Shadows able to force the error, and they're going to get the ball back. As Annika Fergard brings it back into play. But looks like a procedural error here. So they're going to give it back to DV. Now Heather Sochi. And a good feed inside, but not able to connect. Looking for the feed to Cortez. Would have been a hat trick for her. This ball out of bounds. Riley Stubstead out on the track. Going to bring this one back into play for the Falcons. Now, you can hear him saying step in. That was probably the error earlier. You have to step inbounds before you start play. So likely that was the procedural error by the Cactus Shadows that caused the turnover to DV. But now Olivia Lewis with a nice feed up to O'Leary. Sochi on the ride. Gets some help from Jimenez, and they force the pass. And recovered by DV. Coming back the other way, here's Elise Matthews working around. Brings it to X. Continues the cage roll, and she's got it. Doing it herself is Elise Matthews.
Under goal, number 23,
Looks like that'll be her 7th goal on the season. Reese Spencer able to get a critical draw control for the Falcons. Most of these have been going Thunder's way. But Jimenez gets a nice stick up, has the knockdown, but recovered by the Falcons. They get back up to Spencer. That was Ava Fergard being defended by Jimenez. Sky Weber getting involved here as well. Down to 3 minutes to play in the first. Falcons continuing to work it here. Couple pop passes at the top of the fan and a nice spin by Spencer. That's an illegal use of stick being called on DV. They're going to put her back at the 12 meter. She gets to restart. Had a great idea there, looking for that feed into Fergard, but the pass was tipped off the stick head, recovered by Thunder, and they're in transition. Elise Roach on the transition, clears over for Thunder, now in the stick of Jimenez. Jimenez looking for the dodge, passes over to Cortez, but a good crash by the Falcons as they come in and shut down all of the lanes. Now Cortez at X looking for the feed, has it back to Jimenez, who fires a bullet. This one wide of the cage. Backed up by DV as Sochi brings it back into play. and able to capitalize off the drop pass. Olivia Lewis, already been a clutch player in this game for Cactus Shadows, but finds herself back in a familiar position here, looking for an outlet, but not finding any options. And Falcons going to have to get moving here, just under a minute to go.
1 minute.
And they're going to have to transition over, try to get a shot off before the end of the quarter here. Try to keep this one close. Had the right idea there, had an open, looked like 22, Riley Stubstead in the middle of the field, but wasn't able to pull in that pass. DV on the recovery. Now they've got 30 seconds to work with. As Cortez and Jimenez get to work again. Jimenez fires a left-handed shot and a good save by Lewis as that ball comes behind the cage. And see if Lewis tries to clear this or decides just to hold it this time. 10 seconds to play. She is going to feed this up. She's got O'Leary on the far sideline, but not much time to work with here as the Falcons come across and actually putting together a good transition there, but that's going to do it for the first 12 minutes here at Thunder Stadium down in Ahwatukee, Arizona. Your score 4-1, Thunder on top. We'll take a 2-minute intermission and we'll be right back.
You don't by chance know how much time between quarters is?
Between 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
7 on the hour.
Welcome back. Got Reese Spencer, Tess Cortez, two of the best in the league on the draw. Coming in, and you just see the athleticism of Jackie Jimenez. So impressive. Such a great vertical leap as she comes in and she's driving in. Oh, wow. What a save by Lewis. I'll tell you, that's one of the top shooters in the league, midfielder of the year last year, and to have the one-on-one and get the stop, you almost want to hold on to that ball. That was Joanne Wynn, number 16 for DV, able to get that recovery. Sometimes the gold numbers on the white jerseys are a little hard to make out, but we'll do our best. So Alyssa Roach passes back to Cortez. For guard defending. Again, you see the Falcons here, just some fundamental lacrosse, getting in there, getting sticks in the right place, breaking up these opportunities for DV, keeping themselves in the game, and really with a great goaltender back here in Lewis, as she's made several stops, a lot of solid clears in this game, and a nice transition. They've got Spencer out front, 2 to beat, comes around, has a great look right in front of the cage, and Tess Cortez comes in with a great defensive play, able to check the ball out there on what might have been otherwise a certain goal for the Falcons. Rodriguez going to bring this back into play and clear this out for DV as they come up and pressure. That's Kenzie Coleman on the ride. Spencer there pressuring. Out of bounds, they pass back in. Cortez now gets over the restraining line, comes in, takes the shot. And a bit of a low angle there, that ball outside the net. Elise Matthews backing this up. Heather Sochi getting back to work for the Thunder. Watsuji. Jimenez coming around. Jimenez on the second attempt comes in and off the stick of Lewis. Jimenez, you could tell, was hungry. She's had a few shots, and Lewis has been getting a lot of great stops, but this time Jimenez was not going to be denied as she gets her first goal on the evening and 21st of the season. We'll be looking forward to Jimenez to be playing up Division I NCAA when she graduates. In 2026, she'll be playing at San Diego State University. A high draw, nice play by Spencer to knock it out of the stick of Cortez, looking for the high grab. Now Coleman back at X, looking for a feed. It's all defense all around by Thunder. And you see the pressure there from Cortez, forces the ball out. Now a ground ball opportunity, but recovered by the Falcons. Skylar Weber back at the top, has a little footwork in the dodge and shot off the bottom left post. Rebound picked up by Cortez. She passes up. And this is Issa Allison working down the far side. Possibly Kyra Becker. I couldn't tell that was 12 or 13, but on the sidearm shot is Jackie Jimenez who gets number 2.
Thunder goal, number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
Now Thunder taking a 6-1 lead here in the second. Jimenez off a pair of goals, gets another draw win. Skylar Weber making a great effort on the ride here, but Jimenez able to pass up to Matthews. And a pass inside to Cortez. Jimenez and Cortez continuing to fire at will.
Thunder goal, number 14, Tess Cortez.
And that'll be a hat trick here for Cortez. Gets number 12 for the season. Jimenez gets another nice draw win, passes this one up. To Ashlyn Lapine. Now Thunder working this one around. We'll look inside from Jimenez to Cortez, and that connection stays true.
Thunder goal, number 14, Tess Cortez, assisted by number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
Reese Spencer with a nice trail check in the midfield on Cortez, fighting for the ground ball. And she's got possession there. Great effort. She's got a triple team on her, working on the near sideline, able to pass out of trouble. She's looking for Abigail Scott, who draws the whistle. Sochi going behind. A valiant effort by Reese Spencer to fight for possession for her team. And able to get this cause turnover and has the Falcons back on their attacking third. Nice low one-on-one D from Isa Allison. Back to Spencer, looking around. Has the double team, continues to try, gets the shot off anyway. Looks like Rodriguez may have gotten a touch there as that ball goes out of bounds, but Falcons on the back up, keep possession. Spencer comes in this time with a left-handed shot right at the net, backed up again. Got Ava Fergard hanging out back at X, keeping possession on these shots, giving Spencer the opportunity take some risks here as they try to get another one on the board. Skylar Weber had a couple options there on the inside, didn't take them. And this time, finding the back of the net. That one's number 5, Abigail Wallem.
Cactus Shadow goal, number 5, Abigail Wallem.
Jimenez comes in with another easy draw control for the Thunder. Gets this to Anira Atra, playing up on DV, coming from Tucson, Oro Valley this season. Kyra Becker passes in, and Olivia Lewis just continues to be so impressive, coming out of the cage, getting the ball. See her directing her team. Big pass upfield. Effort there by Jimenez for the interception, but not able to do so. And here's Wallen coming down, just got that goal. But she's pressured out by Thunder. And opts to pass it over to Coleman. Falcons with good ball control here, trying not to make a mistake and keep possession. So you see a little bit of caution, trying to make some smart plays. As Coleman looks for the crease roll, but she's pressured out by Allison. And this feed inside traffic broken up. And with the whistle on the self-start, this is Fran Cortez, it looks like, coming up. Indeed it is. She passes over to Jimenez. Jimenez with a beautiful left-handed shot, stings that top left corner as she gets a hat trick.
Under goal, number 11, Jackie Jimenez, the lefty stripe.
Definitely a nice night for lacrosse here in Ahwatukee. Before the sun set, a little warm. It was actually about 90 degrees out here on the field, but now with the sun down into the 80s and feeling pretty comfortable. Stevie gets another nice draw win. Ashlyn Lapine had it there, passes back to Sochi. And up to Kyra Becker. Looks like Thunder starting to put some different players on the field here late in the second, getting more players involved in the game. As we see some new jerseys out here. And Jimenez, you see, directing traffic. Looking for the ISO, driving in, losing the cradle, but the shot there is from Isa Allison. She comes in for another attempt, switches to the right, and this time she's got it. Tiptoes the goal circle. Allison definitely with some fanfare here in the audience.
Starting goal, number 13, Allison.
A little extra cause for celebration as Allison gets her first goal of the season.
Head out towards Kansas City and then you're out that way. Yeah. And back when I was like graduating high school, I think St. Louis. Now
1 minute and a half.
Now Jimenez comes in. You see she was on the fast break there. Could have probably taken it to Cage. Decides not to. Again, DV here with a comfortable lead. Looking to get more players involved. Sochi pressuring Lewis here. Lewis loses the ball. Actually didn't even realize. I think she was down at first. But open Cage coming around the corner is Sochi. And she hits the deck. But she's got the goal. You see, just able to get a right hand. And good effort there by Lewis. She was trying to come around and get back in position, but had just lost the cradle. And tough for a goalie to recover.
Number 6, Heather Sochi.
So Cactus Shadows so far this season with wins against South Point and Pinnacle. Losses to Chandler and Chaparral. Actually played Chaparral twice and lost both those games, but both those teams currently undefeated and looking to be in good position here as we head into the second part of this 2025 season. 10 teams in varsity, all 10 will be making it into the postseason, but they're playing for seeding here as this battle for the ground ball is picked up but dropped again. Spencer there on the recovery. Top 4 teams in the seeds will get a bye in that first round, so teams definitely playing to get one of those top 4 spots for sure. Of course, always nice to have home field advantage in the playoffs as well. With that, we'll have a 7-minute halftime, and we'll come back for the second half here on South Mountain Lacrosse in this presentation of Arizona Girls Lacrosse. Thunder over the Falcons, 11-2. And welcome back to the second half. This draw is up and won by Jimenez, picking up right where she left off. And opts to slow things down this time.
Yeah, let me know if you guys ever take her. I don't mind. I love doing that. Anytime, don't worry about it.
It's a great effort here from Alyssa Roach as she works around a couple of defenders, not able to find it, but makes a smart call, pulls it back over to Cortez, has a feed inside. This one busted up as Jimenez chases this down. And just for clarification, it's only a shot where the closest player gets possession. If it's just a pass that goes out of bounds, then it's going to go out on whoever last touched the ball. So in this case, it was out on Thunder, and this is going to be brought in by the Falcons as Olivia Lewis gets another opportunity to clear. Of course, in these situations, as the game goes on, it just gets harder and harder to keep the feet moving, get open, but this time she's able to clear it up. Has O'Leary coming in and going to bring it to X. Sorry, to Kinsey Coleman. Back up to Wallum as Falcons get to work. Good pressure by Atra. Almost had the takeaway there. Spergard comes around, passes back, and Skylar Weber looking for the crease roll. Battle on the ground ball for Coleman. Fran Fagard able to get this one. And she works up the near sideline, tiptoes the sideline. Cortez, oh, great look. But nice stick extension by the Falcons, able to get in there and put just enough on it to break up that feed. This pass comes way across. Coleman with an easy scoop. Some pressure here by Issa Allison. Looks like a little too much. She has to go behind. This will set Kinsey Coleman up for an 8-meter shot out on the hanging hash. Rodriguez in the cage. Coleman comes in, shoots this one high over the top of the cage. And we'll see who the officials give this one to. So Reese Spencer's effort pays off as she chased down that shot and kept possession with the Falcons. Nice crash by Thunder. This ball down. See the ball kicked out, and Jimenez able to get it. And that is legal, in case you're wondering. You are allowed to use your feet and kick the ball in this game. So you'll often see players doing this in the scrum, especially the more experienced players. Jimenez with an interception there. Jimenez this time has to look up to Elise Matthews, who's unguarded on the bottom right of the cage.
Clearing the goal, Elise Matthews, assisted by number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
And with the 10-goal differential, that'll officially put us to the running clock. Wallem battles Spencer for the draw control, and this one spits out to Jimenez. Thunder practicing some plays here, had the feet inside. Good pressure by Skylar Weber to get in there and break up that play. You see Spencer looking, usually have to check kind of away from the body there. You see how she was intentionally trying to check, and there's a drive inside and a low shot. Saved by Lewis. She's got the ball in the cage, and great heads-up play there. She turns around, sees the ball, and she's able to stop it before it rolls into the cage. And she's able to get this one up to Annika for guard. Passing up the far sideline, but this time ball's knocked out by Issa Allison, getting possession back for the Thunder. As Autra gets pressured back out. And had a nice feed inside to Wallem, wasn't able to quite hold on to the pass. But that backup was picked up by Maya Stubbs for DV. Stubbs gets the ground ball, possession back to Cortez, who fast passes this off to Jimenez. Jimenez with another feed inside. That one to Ashlyn Lapine, and again, Thunder you see here trying to get some different players in the mix, testing out different plays. Comfortable 10-goal lead, why not? Get some practice and build up the experience of the entire squad, but this time this ball's checked out. As Cactus Shadows regains possession, and now Lewis can stay inside the goal circle. You see the official there with the hand wave. They're counting 1, 2, 3, up to 10. Goalie can stay in that circle for up to 10 seconds, and they have to step out. But Lewis able to get this one up to Skylar Weber, who comes down. Jimenez with some speed comes in on the ride and keeps her on the outside. Now for guard, looking for the crease roll. She's got an angle and a low shot and a goal for Ava for guard, and able to stop the running clock.
Cactus Shadows goal, number 27, Eva Figard.
coming in on the draw controls, Tess Cortez. She's coming up. Gets stopped at the 12th meter. Passes back to Jimenez. Has a feed inside on the front door, 77. Little slip here on the turf. And this time Wallem on the front door. And not having it is Olivia Lewis, just a brick wall. As she shuts her down, takes possession back for the Falcons. And she's going to have a big clear up this time around. Chasing down the ball is Coleman. They've got the DP defense unsettled, looking for an opportunity. Coleman coming in, takes the shot, and another one for the Falcons.
Cactus Shadow goal, number 16, Kenzie Coleman.
Jimenez with a nice high grab this time. Comes in, draws the shooting space call. So you see her pump fake there, showing that she's definitely experienced as she comes in. She saw the player not marked up inside the 8 meter, does the pump fake to get the official to whistle the foul. Now she's got the 8 meter, comes in, able to fake the goalie this time.
Position under goal, number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
That'll be number 4 on the night for Jimenez. Jimenez on the draw with Reese Spencer. High draw. Weber comes in. And off the foul, possession given over to the Falcons. Coming in, you see the held flag there by the official. When they do that, they don't want to disadvantage the offense, so sometimes they'll hold the whistle and see if there's a shot opportunity, and if not, they'll call the whistle, and you see this set up an 8 meter shot, free position for the Falcons coming in, and they've got another one, that one off Kinsey Coleman's stick, number 15.
Thank you. Because I was thinking, a drink wouldn't attract me, but a drink would attract me.
As Coleman gets her second of the night.
Cactus Shadows goal, number 16, Kenzie Coleman.
We saw this in the Chaparral game as well. This Cactus Shadows team just playing to the end. So we had an infraction here at the draw, possession awarded over to Cactus Shadows. That's definitely embodying playing full 4 quarters. About 30 seconds here. Reese Spencer, she's trying to get around Jimenez, loses the cradle. Jimenez quick on the GB recovery, and she streaks across midfield. 2 2 defenders to beat, decides to slow it down. Here's Jaden Brandenberger coming in, has that left-handed shot, but takes the shot after the whistle, and she might get a yellow card for this for a dangerous shot. Indeed she does. So dangerous propel called on Brandenberger. Actually be the first yellow card in tonight's game. Just under a minute to play. And Olivia Lewis recognizes that with a huge pass upfield, but the clock hits 0. And that yellow card on Brandenberger that will carry over into the fourth quarter. We'll have a 2-minute intermission here. Thunder up 13-5 over the Falcons.
For number 77, Anna Brandenberger.
She's mad.
And as the teams make their way back on, talk about some of the exciting lacrosse games we have coming up next week. We've got matchups between the top 3 AGLA games happening that we'll be bringing you here on South Mountain Lacrosse. First on Monday, we're going to have a thriller, Battle of the Undefeateds. You got Chaparral hosting Chandler. And this will be a home game for Chaparral. Just found out they'll actually be back at Chaparral High School. Coming inside, you see Jimenez there pulling it out. Great sportsmanship from this Desert Vista team. Again, just taking this opportunity to get more players involved, practice different setups. And again, next Monday, the undefeated Chaparral Firebirds hosting the undefeated Chandler Huskies and reigning state champs, of course. So look for that. And then on Thursday, Desert Vista will be hosting Chandler here back at Thunder Stadium. So a couple of potential state championship matchup previews happening next week. That's Chaparral and Desert Vista both hosting the 2024 state champion Chandler Huskies. Meanwhile, if you'd like to catch some college lacrosse, you can head on over to our other YouTube channel, South Mountain Sports. this Saturday will be up at Grand Canyon University for GCU's senior night as they host Arizona State Sun Devils. And that's always a great matchup between those two teams. Very physical, good rivalry going between GCU and ASU as they play in that Western Women's Lacrosse League, Women's Varsity Club Lacrosse at the collegiate level. And as you'd expect, a lot of players on both of those teams that came out of Arizona Girls Lacrosse at the high school level. As a feed inside from Jimenez to Sochi.
Under goal, number 6, Heather Sochi, assisted by Jackie Jimenez.
Sochi gets her second of the night. And just rounding out the calendar for the coming week, next weekend, April 4th and April 6th, will be in Colorado Springs, bringing you a couple NCAA Division II matchups with the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, as they host Colorado State University Pueblo Thunderwolves. As well as the Fort Lewis College Skyhawks. Again, all of those college games will be brought to you over on South Mountain Sports, so be sure to tune in over there as well. Number of AGLA players playing up both in the Club Lacrosse League, the Western Women's Lacrosse League, as well as in the NCAA Division II League, the RMAC, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Both great pipelines, and a nice pass inside from O'Leary to Reese Spencer. O'Leary.
Cactus shadow goal, number 53, Reese Spencer, assisted by number 16, Michaela O'Leary.
With that, just love the attitude of this Falcons team. Been a bit of a rebuilding year for them, but just continuing to play hard in all of these matchups. They've definitely had some of the tougher opponents early in this season. Chandler, Chaparral, and Desert Vista, again, currently the top 3 teams in the league. As Lewis chases this one out of bounds, and she's able to bring it back in play, and Sochi pressuring her. Now Lewis can actually go back in the goal circle if she wants, and you see she does that. So again, just heads up play, good lax IQ. After the goalie's been played, they can go back in that goal circle for another 10 seconds, and Lewis, aware of her circumstances there, takes that opportunity, but this one gets turned over in the midfield, and coming back the other direction is Thunder. Ashlyn Lapine passes this one over to Alyssa Roach. Here's Atsuji. You see Spencer looking for the takeaway there on that feed to Jimenez. And I think this was not a shot. Yeah, so Lewis wasn't aware that ball's getting turned back over to Cactus Shadows. Sochi again just not giving Lewis any time to breathe here. Lewis going to go into the goal circle, and Sochi looked dangerously close to going in as well, but nothing called from the official. And Lewis able to pass this one up, and O'Leary just not quite able to pull that in as this one goes out the far sideline. Tess Cortez gets that ball, brings it back into play. Falcons bring up the double team, but they pass up as Jimenez brings us back to the top of the fan. Now O'Leary on the pressure. And you can see it's effective, kind of forces a bad pass. Good look. Oh, Cortez looking for the BTB. Not able to sink it this time. Now Brandenburger back in the game after that yellow earlier. Now Heather Sochi looking for a feed. Some good pressure from Skylar Weber. Brandenburger looking for the angle. On the second attempt, coming in. Doesn't have it, but does get a whistle. Illegal use of stick called against Weber. This will put Brandenburger out on the hanging hash. Just under 5 to go here at Thunder Stadium in Ahwatukee, Arizona. Nice slide in on the free position by the Falcons. They knock the ball out, but the ground ball is picked up by the Thunder. They get back to work, and Spencer here continuing to guard against Jimenez. Jimenez testing the waters, pulls it back out. Heather Sochi trying to split the double team. She gets called for a charge. Driving through there, she displaces the defender. So Annika for guard. Now in transition, passes this up to Reagan White. Working from the low side, passes back to Spencer. Spencer trying to find another opportunity. She comes in, she takes a shot. And that one's saved by Rodriguez. That ball checked out. She was going for a shot. Coleman. But Cortez had a stick in there, broke up the shot, but she got called for the foul. I believe it was a stick in the sphere, so too close. The players had a top shelf shot and goal for Coleman. But she gets a hat trick. Mackenzie Coleman.
Cactus Shadow goal, number 15, Kennedy Coleman.
And with 3 minutes to play, Falcons at one point had a running clock, but they've been able to come in and keep things at a stop clock. And another nice save there by Olivia Lewis in the cage. Sends this one out of bounds. And Falcons able to back it up, so they're able to keep possession here. And another chance to transition over and score. Lewis out of the cage being pressured. Nice little swim dodge, and she backs up looking for someone. And as expected, heads back into the goal circle. Finds a little protection there, and she's got Spencer at midfield. Jimenez with a beautiful trail check. Snags the ball on the bounce, passes this one up, looking for Matthews. Lewis back out of the cage. She looks up for O'Leary. Now Skylar Weber, under 2 minutes to play. And here's Coleman bringing it around, and you see a nice slide there for DV on the second attempt. She's got the shot saved by Rodriguez. Brandenburger's going to scoop up this GB. Now Thunder looking to get a shot off. And they take one. Lewis, easy read, passing back out quickly. Has Spencer at the midfield, who passes up to O'Leary. 1 minute to play. Missed pass, going back and forth. As Weber gets in there and dislodges the ball, but recovered. This is Joanne Wynn. Now Brandenburger, about 30 seconds to work with. Lisa Allison at the top of the fan, passing back to Brandenburger. Now Jimenez directing traffic again. Decides to bring it in herself, takes another shot, and what a nice save at the end of this one by Olivia Lewis. Great performance by Lewis all night, but your winner is going to be the Desert Vista Thunder as they take this one 14-7. And Thunder will advance to 5-1. Cactus Shadows is going to fall 2-4 on the season. And again, we'll be back here next Thursday as DV Thunder now 5-1. They'll be hosting the Chandler Huskies, and next Monday you'll have that battle of the undefeateds as Chandler heads up to Chaparral. We'll be bringing you that one live as well. So once again, thanks again for tuning in and supporting Arizona Girls Lacrosse. As always, before tax day, you can head on over to southmountainlacrosse.com or southmountainsports.com, and you can make a tax-deductible donation to our nonprofit, and those funds will go in to our scholarship fund to help more players play this great sport. We appreciate the support from everyone who's donated this year as the teams click sticks to wrap this one up. Again, great sportsmanship from both teams tonight. Just one yellow card on the night, always a good sign. And that'll do it here from Thunder Stadium in Ahwatukee. This is Chris Ross of South Mountain Lacrosse, and we'll see you next time.